The show features adults using adult language and discussing mature topics. You have been warned. Well, hello everybody, we're live.
Oh shit, hi everybody!
I said I was changing to the... Anyway, so, yeah, it's been a while, clearly, since we played this campaign. Unfortunately, Josul won't be able to make it with us. I have somebody in the wrong window. Oopsies. Yep.
Character sheets are a thing for this game.
Yeah, so when we last left off, the group got done with this huge battle against the Sahuagin threat that was near Saltmarsh. Killed a whole bunch of Sahuagin, including the Baron and their Blades Master.
I'm still alive.
The Baron's still alive?
No, I'm still alive. I'm not one of the Sahuagin that died.
Oh, yeah.
That was a joke. Never mind. Sorry.
And, we all went back and are definitely treated now as heroes in Saltmarsh, not just adventurers. And you all are able to stay at pretty much any tavern here free of charge, including drinks and meals. Probably most likely for life.
Cool.
Josul never stays at home ever again because he's eating out all the time.
Yeah, Josul, we'll see he's busy with...
I don't know, Josul is the type where he'd also be like, yeah, but it's not as good as my own cooking.
Curiously, all the pub owners like to give Axel the room downstairs, and they think that he's still doing community service, clearing out the vermin, but really he's just getting all the all-you-can-eat food.
Essentially. The, Josul, we'll say, has been busy doing merchant stuff, and he's been at the docks probably 90% of the time. The other 10% he's probably in the water. Resting. So, it's been a few weeks, and I'll say we start back up around the time that Captain Zendros comes back with her ship. Because if you remember, she went back up to the Northern Kingdoms to take the shipment that she had of fish up there that she's been holding off on because you guys have been such good customers. But she could only hold off for so long. Also, the Sahuagin threat was really messing with trade. So, need to deal with that as well. But now, hearing the news, comes back. And, I'll let somebody volunteer to roll me a d20. Just a straight d20 roll.
I will.
Okay.
Because I don't have any dice out.
Prepared.
You're less prepared than me.
6.
6 means that fishing hasn't been very good lately, catch-wise. So the place is kind of in a groggy mood. The town is in general. And it's been getting pretty boring.
On a side and unrelated news, Bruce has been eating wonderfully.
Bruce, your shark?
Mm-hmm.
You kept your shark.
I'm full of jokes. I'll shut up.
You notice even Bruce has had problems finding food.
That was more sarcasm than anything. It was the whole playing off the fact that there's a shortage of fish, but Bruce is eating well, so...
Yeah, I don't think he was being, actually trying to inject into the story.
No, that's why I'm going to mute now and let you continue. I'm sorry.
Fine.
You're fine.
So, since it's been, 6 weeks, would any of you have done anything in the last 6 weeks, you think?
So, I vaguely remember us getting a decent amount of coinage.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember how much that was?
I can find out real quick.
I know Sekald would be practicing on the alchemy and spellcasting.
Okay, you know that Philosopher's Stone is a dud. I'm pretty sure we figured that out.
I thought it was a beta. It wasn't the fully fleshed out stone, but it still had properties.
No, it has properties, and it's functioning exactly how the stuff in the book that says to make a Philosopher's Stone makes it work. But it's not...
The full.
But it's not converting things to gold.
Oh, yeah, no, that's fine.
In fact,
Okay.
it's a cursed stone that was attuned to you.
Oh,
That's news. Okay. So much for getting rid of that one.
I'll say you could definitely figure that out by now. Pretty much what happens is every other skill check you do is at disadvantage, but you never do skill checks ever, so I've never had to throw that at you.
Oh, lovely.
Mhm.
Can I get rid of it?
Well, it's cursed on you, so you can't really unattune to it.
I
When you try
might
to get rid
have
of it,
remove-
like you toss it into the water, it's
Please.
back in your inventory.
Damn it. I was hoping you'd say it just jumps right back out of the water like the water threw it back at me.
I have remove curse.
Yeah, if you cast
that
remove
helps.
curse, it's unattuned to you.
Okay. So at some point, hopefully, rather.
And then I just like
subtle-
hold my sling out and just yeet it into the ocean.
Actually, I got one better for you. As soon as it's uncursed,
Mhm.
I immediately point it towards the water surface, just like down below the just the level with the top of your head, and use catapult and see how far it skips.
Nice.
A dead fish floats to the surface.
Whoops.
Holy yikes.
I gotta stop doing that.
Wait, you're the one that fucked up all the fish. All right, our new mission: go find that fucking locket or whatever it is.
A single skyfish floats to the surface dead.
Dinner.
They're the size of tuna, so it's, you know.
That's not
that's
small.
that's dinner.
That's dinner for like a
Like-
month.
Tuna are big.
Mhm.
Big.
Maybe slightly smaller, but they have wings, so that makes them
Yeah.
technically bigger.
Depending on how much money we have, I don't know how much we have. I know that a thing that Abby had been interested in is making
Because-
something of like a school.
Because you kicked so much ass, the reward was 2,400 gold total. And a +1 weapon of your choice.
Cool.
I could have sworn I already gave you guys something though.
You guys did. I had like a coin. I have a couple of things written down. I had a coin number written down, but I didn't know if that was what we had all been given, like individually, or if that was the group reward. So I have down 40 electrum, 2 harnesses worth 10 gold each, a coral game piece or a game set like chess, 2,400 gold, a necklace of adaptation. Wait, no, that's mine, I think. Or is that a different one? I think we got a second one. A
There were
headband of
3
intellect, which I think Josul took.
Yeah, those were the items that were in the rewards that were given to us. That was
Yeah.
all conglomerated in a chest they presented to us.
Necklace of
and then the-
adaptation was one of the rewards, yeah.
And then a figurine of power, which I think we probably gave to Kade because that really seems like Katie's shtick. And then each of us got a medal/badge. Okay, so we all have
Yeah, that was the reward. Yeah.
2,400 to split. Okay.
Yeah, that matches. That matches. Okay. Also, one thing you guys do have each is a favor from the council.
Ooh.
So
Okay.
keep that in mind. Think of it as being like a Thane in Skyrim,
Word.
but a bit
So-
more than just that.
So that +1 weapon, can I just put the +1 enchantment on my maul?
Yeah, sure.
Cool. I'm gonna do that then.
I'm not 100% certain what I want to do with my amounts of gold, and
So
I
that would
honestly
be
wouldn't even-
480 for each of us, just from the gold split. The stuff that we would have to sell, I would probably wait for Josul to get back because he could probably upsell it a little bit better than I can. I know one thing I was interested in is there is a wizard in town that knows a lot of spells, and I'm just now getting my toes wet in this wizard stuff. So I was maybe seeing if I'm interested in taking a peek at Resonant Spellbook if he'd let me.
Oh, I was going to make a joke of saying you could come down to my alchemy lab anytime
Ooh.
Well, yeah, but I can copy your stuff anytime.
without asking.
I
you
know
can't.
what you have.
No, you don't. You know
I
my
know
primaries.
most of what you have.
That's insulting. I have a wide variety of spells.
Uh,
I just
in-
don't use
What
them
wide
very much.
variety do you have?
In pro canning,
Eh?
insulting. Sorry, that was bad.
I have a list of ones that I was liking. Okay, I was interested in catapult.
You have one on the back of Axel. What's the problem?
Well, no, that's the thing. Like his isn't a catapult; it's just the device. I need the actual spell to catapult.
It's a
me.
halfling holder. The HH.
I'm not even joking. I have legitimately done the math and
No, halfling
considered
holster.
how ridiculous it would be if I ever learned Enlarge Reduce, which I am high enough level to learn now,
Hmm.
and then you cast catapult on me. Because
yeah.
with Reduce spell, Abby would be low enough weight to qualify for the catapult spell. Because it has to be under 10 pounds.
And you would be damaged in the process.
I'm fine.
Your hit points are reduced when you're reduced, aren't they?
Nope, they
No.
don't change.
Okay. Well, then you're a halfling a half of a halfling projectile, and
Mhm.
you
One
get
halfling.
damaged.
I'm just saying. Like,
Quarterling?
A thirdling. I like that one better.
it's a thing I've thought of.
I mean, it's not a.
Mainly,
No,
I
it's
was
a bad
interested.
thought, but-
Mainly, I was interested in those like transmutation spells he does, like the dark vision spell. That was super useful.
This is how they
Um,
got quadlings.
You ask around, and Resnet was gone after that day of celebrations. He just hasn't been seen
Yeah.
since. A lot of them treat it as, that's how wizards are. As quickly as they come, they leave.
Hey.
Like
Oh,
the hurried lever, they come and go.
The figurine was a silver figurine of a raven. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure. And you are all level 8. Still level 8, as in you leveled up to level 8 since last session.
That's right. That's right. My bad. Who the figurine of the raven was effectively a familiar, wasn't it? Or was it just for
No.
messaging?
You can.
It can be used to do message. I just put it in the chat.
Okay.
Yeah.
It can it can cast the animal messenger spell at will.
Oh, neat.
It can also turn into a raven for 12 hours, like if we wanted to use it for scouting and shit.
For the 2 weeks in between stuff happening, I constantly use it to send messages to Sekald in the basement that are just gibberish from my bedroom upstairs, or if I'm anywhere in town.
Hey, Sekald, what are you doing? What are you doing, Sekald?
That works out perfectly because that gives me target practice with Ice Knife.
Oh, wow.
It's called shunk.
I think once you kill it, it turns back into a figurine, and you have to like actually give it back to her.
After like the first week and a half, Katie actually walks in and goes, "Hey, Sekald."
I'm not apologizing.
One of the biggest problems you'll have with that is the biggest enemy for any raven, a door.
Mm.
It tries to go in the basement. Tunk,
Does
tunk, tunk,
animal
tunk.
messenger go through doors?
If the animal can. You're limited to the animal's capabilities.
Once upon a midnight dreary, as I.
And then suddenly,
Very-
one of the times, the door is closed by Sekald accidentally casting catapult, and the door shot off its hinges with the bird in tow, just smacks against the other wall.
So, fishing hasn't been so good in the last week, we'll say.
Oh,
And,
back on that again. Sorry.
You have been hearing some rumors around town about some possible reasoning why the fishing hasn't been so good. Sailors, their superstition. They think that some evil entity out in the sea is poisoning the water, because apparently one guy got sick the other day from drinking salt water, but he drank salt water, so who knows. It's probably just him being an idiot. But they're thinking that's why the fish aren't around. They're also thinking maybe it's all those gosh darn crabs over at Crabber's Cove, which is an area just east of the docks in Saltmarsh, and it's like a little abandoned building next to the shore. And apparently a lot of crabs like to collate there for some reason. like hundreds of crabs. No one really goes to investigate it though.
So, Scooby Gang, are we going to go investigate?
Before we do, you said Zindros is back in town, yeah?
Zindros is, yes.
Does she happen to have any wizard spell scrolls that neither Sekald or I know?
Let me check.
Actually, doesn't she have a new shopping list that we have yet to be informed of?
Yeah, we should probably
Exactly.
stop by and see what's in the window.
I mean, Zendros, but
What's actually for sale?
yeah. Okay,
Don't.
that's fair. No, I had to stop myself. Don't worry, I had to stop myself.
When you go back, you realize that she doesn't just have like a tent up anymore. They've actually started working on making a building where that spot is. They're not done with it yet, but the bricks are being laid.
They're like two smaller Zendroses running around.
And you see a few humans, and they are ugly as being nice. They're very malformed. One of them's like got a weird hunch in his back. They got like weird lumps, almost like tumors all over their skin. One guy's brow like hangs over his right eye and stuff. And they seem to be part of her group, and they're working on this building and setting things up. But for now, she's got a tent outside with a few
Igor?
crates.
Quasi and Moto?
Kind of, yeah.
Ooh-wee.
But you all would actually, give me history checks. It'll be low DC.
All right. Ooh, I hope it's a low DC because I just
Oh, shit.
I got 2.
Got a
Not-
9.
Not that
2
low.
all day.
I got a 4.
Ooh.
21.
Okay, the only one that's from the surface, which makes sense.
Yeah, that tracks.
Knows that the Northern Kingdoms that Irons owns is demon infested. He has a bunch of Cambions, which are like half fiend stuff working up there. That's where like almost all of the tieflings in Greyhawk and Orth are from, which is another reason why tieflings get a bad rap in Greyhawk. Because they're usually in line with a demigod that deals with demons and stuff. It's evil.
Yikes.
A lot of hobgoblin warriors, a lot of pretty much his entire kingdom is a very rough place to live. It's very survival of the fittest. A lot of barbarian tribes, plagues, and weird evil magics run rampant. So you're pretty sure that these guys working here are also native to those lands, and maybe it's just like some weird genetic mutation, or they might have curses on them, or just from it's almost like magic radiation, right? And just living on those lands has corrupted them physically.
So they're like arcane mutants.
In a way, yeah.
Funky. How does my divine sense ping off of these cats?
Evil. Actually, wait.
Undead.
Your divine
Fiendish?
sense
Yeah, they fiendish.
is only the specific creature types now. So no, they're all technically human, except for the captain herself, which is tiefling, which comes off as humanoid. Not you wouldn't get it on your radar.
Cool. All right. Well,
So what Abby knows of the nation up there.
Mm-hmm. I don't
would
remember the
assume
name
it'd
of it on
be-
top of my head. Do you?
I think it might just be Ius.
That would be on par with his.
Yeah, I feel like it's named after him.
Yeah.
They're so like there's the nation and the people that worship him, but presumably the people that are just trying to live their lives aren't necessarily worshiping him. They just don't really have any other option.
Yeah, they're more of like under his regime. You know? Not everyone up there's evil. It's just a lot of evil is up there.
You can tell Abby's like very uncomfortable with all of this. Do I think that I could help any of these people with lesser restoration? I don't think it would do much.
they might take offense.
Blinded, deaf, and paralyzed or poisoned.
Ugly is not one of those.
This you can give me like a medicine arcana check on him if you want.
Medicine. Because I'm a lucky halfling! I get to reroll ones!
Wait for it.
Motherfucking fuck no! So that's a 7.
You think they might just be having a bad day?
Yeah. I'm okay.
You
Abby
know,
can relate.
I had a bad day, taking one down.
Sorry, Kat. I'm so sorry.
You hexed her.
Gassed Hex.
So I'm gonna multi-class in Warlock now.
God damn it. Yeah, and yeah, she doesn't know how to react to this because like she's not okay with the people with anything that the god has to do with, but at the same time she's like they're just people trying to live their lives.
You what's his symbol?
Axel
Uh,
didn't start judging people by their appearance, suddenly. So it's like he just figures, oh, these are some other funny looking humans.
Oh yeah, his symbol's real simple. It's just a red background with a skull, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Usually
that's
like
not
a
ominous.
octagon.
And yes, the nation is named after him.
Yeah. But he, Captain Zendros is wearing a pendant of irons, like as a holy symbol, or should I say unholy symbol? So maybe she's not just complacent, and you do know she can cast magics. So I don't think any of you have questioned too far.
I would
on that.
assume that Abby probably hasn't noticed that before now, because A, she doesn't have perception, and B, hadn't quite realized that we knew that. So Abby is like going with you guys, but a lot more reserved than she had been in the past, I think.
You notice a few things that she has. One appears to be a bobber. Another seems to be this very finely crafted metal chain, and the metal is like a blackish sheen to it.
Ooh.
She's got generic potion healing. You guys probably don't want that. A spell scroll. What looks to be some kind of superior potion healing. This really fancy contraption that looks like it shoots barbed spears. And very uncharacteristically, a staff that appears to have like a horse's head on the end, but the horse has like a horn coming out of it.
So, quick question. 2 different parts.
Mm-hmm.
This is just because we haven't discussed it before. Would Sekald know that she'd be capable of casting spells?
She's never cast spells when she's on her little dates with you.
I think she's cast Identify for us before, though, hasn't she?
She has. I think it's the only time she's cast spells around you guys.
And then the second thing, do any of those potions look like any of mine? Either the ones that I've given to her or may have sold. I can't remember if I sold any to her.
No. Definitely completely different containers.
Okay. In that case, I would like to look into that black chain because that sounds pretty good.
This is an adamantine chain fishing line. For very big game, you don't want your line to tether.
What do you catch with an adamantine chain fishing line?
Wolverines.
Giant sharks.
Yeah, no.
It was actually crafted, I assume, very close to here. It's dwarven craft. I do know that.
What can you tell me about this this stick here with the horse head? That's the word, right? Horse? Is it a horse?
Yes.
Yes.
That's a horse.
Okay.
You can
So, yes.
give me like a Arcana or a Religion check on it if you want.
You're right.
Specifically the horse head part.
I don't have proficiency in either of those things. I'm bad at this. Oh, I got a 12.
That would be enough to know. Oh, this is a what surface dwellers call a unicorn, which is some kind of magical horse.
Ooh. So is a magic horse stick? Does it make? I mean, what do you do with it?
Well, this oh, the other end has a shepherd's crook. Also, I should mention.
Okay.
She says, "Well, you can cast a few spells from it. You can also use the staff to summon a unicorn."
Oh.
Wait, what?
So, like, if we wanted a magic horse, we could wave his stick around and it would come around?
Yes.
Oh, I can do that. Here, look. And I cast Find Steed and I summon my
Not in the
sea
tent.
slug.
Not in the tent.
How much for the fun staff that summons a horsey?
Oh, not much. Only 25,000 gold.
You see Katie's face kind of fall. Oh, okay.
So, like, he puts his hand outside and draws a little symbol in the air, and there's this kind of rippling effect in the air as of water, and a large size, well, basically it's a blue dragon sea slug. Stat wise, it's the cerulean. I'll get you a picture really quick. But it's just imagine a big feathery blue and multi-tone sea slug. That's about the size of a horse. Blue
She-
glaucus. There it is.
She looks at it with the eyebrow raised.
Yeah. So he goes over and he pets his sea slug. You see, I can do that too, but it's not a unicorn. It's a sea slug.
Hmm.
But what
Katie
other?
goes and pets the sea slug too.
What other magic? It's slimy, but it kind of like nuzzles your hand affectionately, and you can see like its little feelers in the front like reach out and like kind of like caress your hand, trying to determine if you're tasty.
Your hand kind of sticks to it.
I put both hands on it.
What
Yeah,
about that spell scroll?
I'll put the image in the Discord.
Please don't.
Then this is a scroll afloat or sink. I think the name of the spell explains itself pretty well.
I already know that one. That's a cleric spell.
There she is.
Is there anything else you're interested in? It's been a while.
I'd mostly been interested in wizard spells.
Hmm. Well, I don't have any wizard spells this week, unfortunately. You did a great job against that Sahuagin Blade Master.
So
Yeah, we kind of kicked its ass.
So I've been told.
News travels fast and far.
Indeed.
Well, yeah, we just won a war, basically.
She was way away from this too.
Doing
She's
pretty
been
good.
back in town for a couple of days.
Doing
I mean,
pretty good with the horrors that you saw. Sahuagin aren't picky about their food. Immediately flashbacks to you all remembering you were in that freezer and like on hooks were like, I think there was a dwarf and a human that were already gutted.
That's right. That's where I got some of the giant eel rations.
Mm-hmm.
eel.
Well,
I'm hungry.
Don't let me keep you.
Hey, listen, if you ever find a schematic or something, I would like to try making some magic items myself sometime. I understand it takes a while, but it's just something I think I would like to try.
A schematic.
Yes, I understand enough to know that you need like, it's almost like an instruction guide on how to make it. But, I never find any yet. So, if you come across anything, maybe think of me.
I'll let you know then.
Thank you.
Just had a thought for a proposition.
Hmm?
Spells. Sorry, don't know why my voice just snapped. Spell scrolls and potions. If I could make them, you could sell them, cut me in for a profit, right?
Perhaps.
If you'd be interested, let me know.
Do you have any that you would be able to show me as an example?
Well, other than the one I gave you before, I pull out 2 of the 4 healing potions I have on me. Regular healing potions. The ones that I've made, anyways. Can make other types, wider variety.
Do you mind if I test its potency? Jeanette puts a hand out for one of the potions.
Sure, I hand over one of the healing potions.
Don't you need someone to stab you?
Oh, no. I wouldn't be trying it that directly. That'd be wasting the potion. I was thinking something that would use minimal amount of the potion. As she goes into one of the crates, and she starts pulling out all these glass containers and tubes and such. And she's pulling out an alchemist's kit.
Neat.
And if you guys wait around, it takes her a while to set it up, but when she sets it up, she tests the tiniest little bit of your potion. Good quality.
Sekald actually smiles.
Whoa, that's terrifying. Don't do that no more.
Oh, right, shark teeth. Forgot about that.
Hoo-ha.
Well,
I think I liked you better when you were grumpy.
Give it time.
we could use some potions of invisibility if you're able to make those.
I can certainly try.
Good to know. I will order one from you for now.
All right, I will bring it back when I can.
Give me a moment. Loading something. There we go. Oh boy. I'm trying to remember the price ranges for magic items.
Depends. Xanathars or
Xanathars.
1 second.
What's very
Yep.
rare?
I know I have it for the DMG. I don't have the Xanathar's guide up here. I have to download it from my drive.
I can get 5e tools. 1 second. I know uncommon caps at 500.
This is buying a magic item.
Mm-hmm.
It's 126.
126?
Page 126.
Oh.
Sorry.
I'm like, that's a weirdly specific and very cheap number.
Okay, for very rare.
Yep, I found it. That is a pretty penny. Okay. She says, as a down payment, as she gives you 500 gold.
Damn.
I give you the rest when get the potion.
I will try to expedite that.
That is just 10%.
Here we go. Yeah.
Potions of invisibility are good shit.
Pricey, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Alright, so in order to craft it, you'll need to spend half that amount of money to craft it to make it.
That is perfectly fine. I've had more than that at the ready.
You'll
I was
need
trying to figure out what I need
half
to spend.
of 500.
You'll need
or-
2,500 gold worth of materials to make this.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
and then she would buy it for 5,000. That's also including your down payment. So she would give you 4,500 upon completion.
Right. Okay, no, apologies. I was miscalculating that horribly. So, but I now have an idea of what I need to spend my money on.
Actually, it would make more sense that she wouldn't give you gold. She gives you a gold ingot with a skull on it, worth 500.
That's not ominous at all.
Do you want me to add that to my inventory, or go ahead and add the gold for it?
I would add it to your inventory. Say it's worth 500. It could be melted down into 500 gold pieces, essentially.
Jesus.
It weighs 10 pounds, though I know we're not caring about weight. I think I did the math right. I probably didn't.
What?
500 gold. Every 50 coins is a pound. Yeah, 10 pounds.
Quick question in that regard.
Mm-hmm.
Would I be able to negotiate and or sweet talk Josul in helping me barter to find some quality ingredients, but at a lower cost? Being my merchant friend and all?
Possibly when he's here.
Copy that.
That'll be something between you two. I'm not gonna...
Would there be any likelihood of finding, like if we went to go forage in the ocean for ingredients?
Oh yeah, of course.
I wouldn't
But
mind.
you've also been hearing about the fishing hasn't been very good lately.
Oh, right, the crabs.
And it might be crabs, it might be the water's being poisoned by something.
Crabs. Crab people.
It might be a kraken moved in and it's eaten all the fish, who knows?
Get Liam Neeson's fucked up my own jokes. Never mind.
Yeah, when we walk out of there, Abby is just like toying with her holy symbol. Did you guys know that she's a cleric of an evil god?
Is she now?
Yeah, the symbol that she wears around her neck. It's the symbol of Ius. He's a god. He's a god of like demons.
Oh,
You guys weren't around at the time, but a couple years back, they waged a war that brought demons to the land here. I don't know that there were any actually in Saltmarsh, but definitely in the kingdom here.
so do you think she is trying to bring demons here again?
Whether she's trying to or not, she's working for somebody that's done horrible things.
Not necessarily. She can be worshiping. She hasn't caused any trouble.
No, if you worship a god, you are complicit in the things that you do. If the god doesn't think that you're serving them, if I don't do what Yandala thinks that I should be doing, she can just take my powers as a cleric. That's the way this works. It's a two-way street. I do what she wants, and she invests this portion of her power in me.
So the implication is if she's got magic, she is getting it from an evil source, and this
Either
presumes
whether
that
or not
is doing
she actually has evil plans for Saltmarsh, she is complicit in the things that Ius and the people and the worshippers of Ius have done.
So maybe we find ourselves a new magic item vendor.
At the very least.
Do a look, like a spin around. Katie spins in a circle looking to see if there's any other.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna find that here in Saltmarsh.
Yeah, like I'm gonna look around, and then like I'm hoping we're by a pier. I'm just gonna stick my head under the water and just pretend to look around.
We can still put the goods that she sells to good use.
And that's why.
You think? Insight check. I would like to think it's like, do we think we can trust her magic and her magic items if she's an evil priestess?
Go ahead.
I mean, we've used them before. Hell, I have a weapon That
But
I
like
Wait a
use.
minute.
this is new information for me. So
Mm.
because Axel, bless him, he's just innocent and accepting. So this is kind of the first he's hearing that there might be a problem.
Sekald, do you know the spell Identify?
I thought I did.
I know that spell. It lets you know what magic items are.
Yeah, do you know it?
Well, no, I know what it does.
Oh, okay. Because it occurred to me we've never cast it. Everything she gave us, she told us what they do, and they did it, and we just believed her. For all we know, it could be cursed, just like your rock that doesn't do anything.
Wait, your rock doesn't do anything?
No, it did something.
Oh,
Well,
But
it
it
didn't do what
also-
we thought it would do.
it doesn't make things into gold?
The book that I found even told as much. It was just a prototype. It wasn't the full deal, but it was still pretty useful. That being said, she'd be a very bad shop owner if she wasn't able to identify her own items that she's trying to
I'm not
put on
saying
market.
that she doesn't know how to identify. I'm saying that because we don't know how to identify, for all we know, it could have something else attached to it.
Whoa.
That is fair.
Hey, Sekald, do you think maybe you could get her to scribe you a scroll of identify, and then you can copy it to your spellbook? Is that a way that works?
She clearly knows it.
does.
Yes, thank you, Jesse. The go ahead, Scotty.
Abby, you would know that the minions of Ions only rarely come into direct conflict with the current kingdom Saltmarsh is in Borland. And they do help Borland fight off their rivals. So it's more of like an enemy of my enemy.
The thing is,
They don't agree
they're
with
the enemy
their...
of my they're the enemy of my enemy that summons demons
Yes.
and has been in conflict with our nation within the last like 100 years or so.
Okay,
I believe
out of
this is why the
character.
term frenemy was invented.
Yeah.
Out of character, if I was a fucking warlock summoning in demons to help you fight off these Sahuagin bastards, you would turn a blind eye.
No,
to the
I
fact-
wouldn't.
Oh, that's right. You're the
Abby's fucking lawful
Well,
good. I
you
would not
know-
be okay with summoning demons and devils.
Well, you know that the human kingdoms that rule these lands are. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying
Are
they're
okay
right,
with it.
but they are tolerant of it.
Those
The
humans
demons
and their
aren't
wild
being-
ideas.
The demons aren't being sent on them, they're being sent on their enemies. And they're useful for the kingdom for now.
So as far as the idea of the identify spell, doesn't Josul know that one, or have scrolls that I could?
Does
purchase
Josul know
or-
it?
If you do not know it, you do know that your former wizard master would know it. Who lives in the 3-story tower in this city. Keledek the Unspoken.
Are we off to see the wizard?
I'm sorry. Hang on. You said my master?
Yeah, where you going with your wizarding stuff?
I was on a different plane of existence.
There's a wizard in this town other than Resnet?
Yeah,
I'm sorry, Scotty.
Why did we not know this?
no one asked.
I was under a
I
different
feel
impression.
like that should have been mentioned at the start when you're like, hey, here are all the interesting NPCs you know. Wizard.
He didn't tell anybody
guys-
he moved in.
You guys did go to visit him once.
We did?
Yeah, he has
When?
a red silk turban. I believe you guys initially bought potions of healing from him.
No.
Okay,
Right after
real
the
quick-
Haunted Mansion.
Real quick,
Checked with him about the Philosopher's Stone.
it's no secret that Sekald is from the plane of water.
Yeah.
So hopefully this isn't news to any of our players here. That being said, Sekald was a wizard before being trapped on this plane. How can his master be in this town? And I was unfamiliar with any of this information.
Yeah, I
Well-
don't think you've mentioned that to any of us. I think that might have gotten missed in communication somehow.
Okay, a miscommunication. My bad.
Well,
Um,
we can say that Axel took some instruction in wizarding stuff because of his Eldritch Knight feature.
I thought we were going with Sekald was from the City of Glass, ended up here. Keledek took you in and taught you wizarding stuff. But I
That
guess
last
I didn't tell you the last part. And I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure I did at the beginning of the campaign, but I guess I didn't.
It was many moons ago.
My bad.
So
Yeah, no, that's perfectly fine. It's just that's where I'm getting confused. If that's the case and that's what it needs to be for my
Yeah,
character,
you would have
that's
not
all.
you would have not learned wizarding in the City of Glass. No one there would have been willing to teach us Sahuagin wizarding there.
Okay, well, I guess that kind of tracks considering our very first episode. I nearly killed half the people with my spell.
This is why.
Okay, I mean, it does track. I don't like the info dump of my own character.
Yeah, I'm
but,
sorry. Then another quick info dump. You know that he has a familiar, and it's an imp named Zivmal.
God damn it! The
Okay.
fucking fiends in this town.
So,
But you and him are the only ones that know, and you were told not to tell anybody, Sekald.
Yeah, not like I'd be a blabbermouth on that one. So that begs the question: would I know identify even if I don't have it prepared? Considering my master would have taught it to me.
No, but you know your master knows it.
Okay.
So we know where to get it.
You know where to get it.
Sekald knows where to get it. You guys don't know shit.
But he's the stereotypical low magic campaign wizard where he's got a tower and most of the locals don't go near him because he practices magics.
Well, we could go talk to that wizard in the tower. Like, I know we know Resnet, but there is that other guy.
Oh, you mean my old master?
You're what now?
Oh,
I love you, Kat. I love you so much, Kat.
What?
There has been rumors around town that claims if you speak his actual name aloud, it allows him to eavesdrop on conversations for a short time.
So don't
Sekald,
say
you
his-
know that is not true.
What's his actual name?
Bill.
Keledek. When Keledek, his name. If you, the town has this rumor that if you actually say his name, that he'll eavesdrop on the conversation.
Yeah, but they keep telling everybody to call him pterodactyl, but they keep misspelling the name, so they don't know which name to call him to cause the eavesdropping. Doesn't work.
I just call him Terry.
Yeah.
But he is a human of dusky skin, bald head, bright red silk turban, and he is nearly 7 feet tall. So he's an intimidating figure on that term alone. He's not muscular, he's just, a very tall human. With a very weird foreign clothes. Yeah, so everybody's very...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we could go talk to him.
If he lets us in.
Think of him kind of like... Yen Sid from the Disney Fantasia. That same level of, he's always just, tall and just staring down at you, yeah.
I always love a reason to pull in Yen Sid and his name and anything about him. I absolutely love it.
Is that the sorcerer from the Sorcerer's Apprentice? Not
Yes.
Mickey, but his master.
Yeah, the master's hat. Yeah.
I never really got his name before.
It's Disney backwards. Real
really
clever.
wow.
Yeah, but I love it nonetheless.
Yeah, I mean, worst he could do is... Well, I was gonna say worst he could do would be just ignore us and not answer the door, but I guess the worst he could do would be lightning bolt us, but we could probably survive that.
He could teleport us to a different section of the world. He is a master.
Can you do that unwillingly? Can you do that?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if you were very good, you could just cast Fireball and then send you to the afterlife. But I mean,
as far as that's concerned, he could have a rune on the door frame that as soon as we knock, it explodes.
Do you think he would do that?
Glyph of warding?
Can you do that to our house? Don't do that to our house. I like having guests, but...
Wait, we can have exploding doors? I want exploding doors.
All we have is the one that yells.
No, he broke that one already. I want exploding doors.
Okay, keep that bird come to my alchemy laboratory, and I'll make sure we have exploding doors.
Okay.
That
Abby starts walking to the wizard tower.
That raven will knock
We're off
nevermore.
to see a wizard.
Oh.
Knock, knock.
You get up to the wizard's tower, 3-story tower, all brick. You see no windows and no doors. You just go to the path. It's called. You know that the door is right in front of the path, and that a magic mouth will appear, and you've got to answer it, a specific riddle.
Abby does a walk around the tower.
Yeah, no. The door. He doesn't like visitors, so we have to answer a riddle. Every time.
Okay.
You would already know the answer. answer, but you can let everyone else try if you want.
All right, what's the riddle? We're smart.
Pretty much, I'm going to
No.
give you guys an excuse to
Sure.
try a riddle thing. So you guys go up, and when you get up to the wall, the wall's like a humanoid mouth appears, and it says, "I am the ruler of shovels. I have a double. I am as thin as a knife. I have a wife. What am I?"
Okay, repeat that again, please.
I am the ruler of shovels. I have a double. I am as thin as a knife. I have a wife. What am I? And I'll let you guys roll like a intelligence insight check if you want.
I just want to see how long it'll take.
Fuck.
How long it'll take them.
I got a 1. I got a 1. Axel doesn't have a fucking idea.
A handle?
A rock?
Dirt?
Dirt mound.
Lead.
No.
Stop eating.
In response.
I'll give everybody a chance to answer.
No,
before I
it
fuck
says,
up.
no, fool.
Shovels.
That's rude.
Called you fool?
He-
You sure we can just knock like harder?
Just be glad the magic mouth doesn't have worse insults. He's not very fond of pests. Yes, I'm letting each of you come up with some type of answer. And Scotty, do you want me to give it away, or do you want to do this?
If you want to and everyone else gives up.
Okay, because I have a perfect way of doing this.
What's a ruler of shovels? Like dirt? You shovel.
You start to see
Yes.
Sekald start digging through his pack real quick.
You say that out loud as if the question to mutter to
No,
yourself,
that's not my. Oh,
and the door goes, "No, fool."
Katie?
You can keep trying, Kat.
Shovels.
It's just
Yeah,
you'll
just
you'll
tell
say
me
that.
when y'all give
Shovels.
up. Because that's when I'll...
Double.
This is great, Scotty.
Twins. Of shovels.
I'll be
I was
honest. I did
thinking,
not
like,
come up with this one
paper.
myself.
To be fair, I'm not sure if that would have been my first answer, but I really like how they phrased the riddle.
Mhm.
I really like this one.
Your master might have a book of riddles from his bookshelf called Google. He's able to find these.
So
former
Former master, I should say. You were no
Yeah.
longer his apprentice. You are an independent mage from him now.
twin.
He taught me enough to save
That's
myself. in
fucking
this.
nuggets.
I like that it has the word knife in it, since Sekald always uses ice knife.
Yeah, that's slightly misleading. Hey, Kat, don't forget you're a lucky halfling.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I rolled a 3.
Three
Well,
on your
So,
insight.
am I rolling an intelligence check or an insight?
Insight intelligence, just because it's a riddle, and riddle's more intelligence than wisdom.
Doesn't matter. It's the same number. 6.
What's it called? Still digging in his pack.
So-
Rule of a shovel, maybe
A
gravedigger.
monarch?
That's what I was thinking. Like a king? But not all kings have wives.
No,
And not all
Shovels.
kings have a double.
that would be what, like a twin?
You give
Wait,
up?
who's a ruler of a shovel? Like a grave digger?
Wait a second. Is it King
What?
of Spades?
Sekald pulls out a card. King of Spades.
What?
The doorway vanishes, and
Yep.
you guys are able to come in.
Well done.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Wait, did I actually solve that right before he pulled that out?
Yeah, no.
That's
He
the
pulled
thing,
it out
if you
because you
give it
solved
up.
it.
Katie rolled an 18 on her insight.
If you guys weren't gonna solve it, that's exactly how Sekald was gonna answer it, by pulling out the card. So yes, you solved it just as he pulled out the card.
Yeah, thin as a knife,
It
because
isn't
it's a
okay,
card.
yeah.
Hard.
Doubles,
Yeah. I
was-
4 kings,
Yep.
twins.
Well, at first I was thinking like, Gravedigger or something like that, and then I was like,
That's what I was thinking.
I was
And
trying
I'm
to
like,
throw you off because you were
twin?
getting it wrong, and I'm like, well, you know this isn't right.
right. Well, then you said that, and then I'm thinking a double. Okay, so something that's a twin, And then like, okay, so is it? Yeah, okay, I like that.
Well,
I have a
if
wife.
you look at a playing card, it's got the same character.
Yeah.
Reversion.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I like it. As soon as you said, it's like, of course.
Yep.
I like it.
A puff of smoke and Keledek appears.
Whoa! Hi.
Great entrance.
Greetings.
Nice riddle.
I liked it.
Master.
I see that former apprentice, Sekald. How goes your arcane masteries?
Better than when I left.
Very good to hear. How may I help you and your compatriots?
Abster?
Oh, that's me. So
He looks down at you because he's 7 feet
Hi.
tall.
I'm Abby.
Wait. Levitate Abby up onto the pack on Axel's back.
Rude.
No. Polite.
He has his hands in his sleeves, and he doesn't shake.
Abigail Sweetwater. So we were wondering if you could maybe teach us a spell. We think that maybe some of the magic items that we have might have more to them than we had previously thought, and it occurred to us that none of us know identify. So we were hoping that a great, powerful mage like yourself might know something like that.
Identify is a trivial spell.
Not for those who don't know it, Master.
I'm something of a beginner
That
at
is
arcane
true.
magic.
And what do you offer in return for this knowledge?
I can work for you. You have vermin, I will clean you out.
Well, we're pretty prolific adventurers, so if there's something that you need taken care of, we might be able to help with that.
Oh, yes, that too.
I have heard of your exploits with a former compatriot of mine down south, referencing the mansion you cleared out. That
Oh yeah.
fool thought he could make a philosopher's stone. Huh. Can't
Yeah, it was
make
kinda
nothing
good.
out of nothing.
It didn't work.
As I had theorized.
What he made was cursed.
Do you still
Wait,
have
it was
it?
cursed?
It might
I
be
told you it was
interesting. It might be
cursed.
interesting to study to make sure the mistake isn't done again. Meanwhile, at the bottom of the
Find
ocean, there's like a crab that just just sits on top of it.
Corey's gonna poke his head out from behind my armor and be like, and wave his little crabby claw at him.
We removed the curse. It compromised the item, and
You know, remove curse is a temporary thing. The item is still cursed.
He doesn't
Uh-oh.
know that.
Yeah, I'm just saying Sekald would.
Yeah.
yeah, no, he's hoping his master doesn't realize the horrible mistake that was made by catapulting a rock out into the ocean.
I can go find it, maybe. Do I know
So-
locate object?
Do we know how far it skipped out into the ocean? Because catapult's got a hell of a range.
Just follow the trail of dead fish.
I was about to say
Locate
it's at
object?
least a
I hit
few. It's
one.
at least a few hundred feet out there.
Locate object is 1,000 feet. If we're quick.
You don't think it would have sunk to the bottom of the bay by now?
Or
If you were to bring me that,
I mean, probably, but we can breathe water. I can just cast it and jump into the ocean.
if you were to bring me that, or did he have any books of research on his stone?
I can give you the journal that I found along with it.
Yeah, he
All
did
of his
have some
notes
books,
and some of
didn't he?
mine.
That'll do. He takes his hands out of his sleeves and he puts a hand out for it.
Graciously hands over the book as politely as possible.
Gives you a slight nod. Goes, and a little poof appears and a scroll appears in his hands, and he hands it to you, your group.
Out of character, Abby, do you want me to take the scroll first to add it to mine and then scribe you the scroll so that we both have it, or
Either way, either one of us can learn it from the other.
in this case, I think it'd be a little bit more appropriate if Sekald took the scroll from his
That's fine.
former
Yeah.
master first. So Sekald would.
I just gestured considering I'm levitating right in front of him.
No. I levitated you to Axel's back onto the platform.
Oh, I figured you levitated me in front of him so I could reach his hand.
No, the halfling holster.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh. He has rugs hung up on the walls in here, and there's an odd smell of some kind of foreign perfume. It's not bad smelling, it's not overabundant, but yeah. Oh, and he's got floating candles in here. Just floating there.
Nice.
So you got any magic brooms that are taking mop buckets to and fro?
You know that they do not animate until around 3 in the morning, and they do it every night, 3 in the morning.
That's right, scheduled routine.
Mm-hmm.
Until one of the rats gets on top of his spell book or into his hat.
You know not to interfere with the brooms because they will attack.
Yeah, learned that one the hard way.
Katie is playing, like moving her hands under and over the candles that are floating.
Oh,
and
I
it's
figured we were still outside.
Oh.
I didn't know he invited us. Did he invite us in?
The doorway appeared, and I thought you guys all walked in.
Oh, hell yeah.
There is no heat from these candles. You do not burn your hand on them.
I pretend that I burn my hand every time it goes over the flame. I'm doing like where I'm getting closer and closer, like.
I can always fix that with an ice knife.
A raven flies down from the stairway and lands on his shoulder.
Okay, his shoulder, because if it went over to Katie, it would have had an ice knife in it.
And he says, "If that's all you would need, I have to continue my studies."
I'm all set. I don't know how to do much magic anyway. I can just summon a couple animals and I can make them my friends and I can try to make other people like me more for a little bit of time. But then like very shortly afterward, they realize that I made them do it and then they're mad at me. So that's all I can do.
So talking.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
well,
only know a couple of wizard spells, but I think my brain is full.
I have been interested in maybe adding some spells to my spell book. But obviously that's only something that we would do if, we can provide something of equal value. So if you have anything that you could use taken care of, then, or anything we can obtain for you or anything. Maybe in payment if we get you the Philosopher's Stone.
Oh, actually, I asked the evil lady back in town, do you have any magic item schematics just laying around that you don't need? I wanted to try my hand at crafting a magic item, but I don't know where to find the, what do you call design?
I do not have any laying around.
Neatly organized.
Not with me now.
Okay. But thank you anyway.
I'm just imagining that's actually him just like awkwardly flipping through a book while
Yeah.
the rest of us are just like,
Yep. That's exactly what he's doing.
If you do need anything.
Well,
At some point, Katie's pushing like the floaty candles around and
So
moving their
smash your hand
location.
with the trident. Just gently, just smack.
I was just moving them to make the light work a little better.
And if people started moving your lanterns around your house?
I've
Do you want to come move my lanterns around my room?
No.
heard tales of you and your compatriots' exploits with the Sahuagin in the local vicinity. Perhaps maybe you could be of more help for me. You would be willing. As you know, Sekald, I've been excavating the tower of Xenopus. Wow, that is the most horrible name ever.
Sonopus?
Yeah, Zenopus. Xenopus.
Sounds like something Ripley would have named one of the alien pets.
It
No,
sounds.
it sounds like what happened.
No,
when
that
Croc-
sounds like the club that Austin Powers is in. Yeah, baby, yeah.
Yeah, no, that tracks better.
I'm an adult.
Like, you can thank the writers of this. That's not me. I couldn't come up with something that creative.
I'm okay.
Said it before, Kat, and love you to death.
Well, It is
Great episode.
it is a tower from a former wizard that the wizard Xenopus once dwelled in this tower on the cliffs outside of Saltmarsh. I won't, in whatever character he is, but he will explain that he built his lair next to the remains of an ancient graveyard rumored to be haunted. One night, the tower was engulfed by a fury of green aura, and a few brave folks from town investigated the tower and found it abandoned. The door at the base of the cellar stairs was covered with strange symbols and wrapped in silver chains. An explorer tried to open the door, but a jolt of lightning came from the door's runes and it nearly killed her. Shortly afterwards, strange spirits and keeping fae were seen atop of the tower. And after a few travelers went missing nearby, the town council asked the army to bombard the structure with catapult fire until it was battered into rubble. However, that was a century ago. The ruins have been largely forgotten. Except for, from me, Keledek the Unspoken. There's a magic door that leads into the cellar, which is still intact.
No luck breaking it.
The magic was dispelled on the trapdoor. Able to access in there. But I have not had anyone explore very far into the secret stronghold that is below. That I assume is there.
Oh,
Well,
If you
that
could,
sounded like a job for us.
if you could explore that, I'd be willing to contact a few of my other mages, see if we can get some schematics for you.
We can definitely do that.
Much obliged.
sounds interesting.
Sekald,
Uh-oh.
you would know that he's been using this place for smuggling stuff. He's been helping the do you remember that one council member that got arrested for smuggling stuff?
Mm-hmm.
He was helping him by recruiting several goblins. Even had a few tamed ghouls and giant rats. That helped with smuggling deals because the tunnels down below were connected to a water vein out into the sea, and they were using that to smuggle goods in and out of town.
Would I know if those what's the term I'm looking for? Compatriots, I hate to overuse the word, were still in the vicinity, or would they be long gone considering the excavation? Or
He's never taken you there, but he's probably mentioned that stuff to you. And not to go there. For you weren't ready, you know. But yeah, it's the tower is across the river just north of town.
But yeah, that's something we can do. I have something of a
It's about the same distance from your house to town, except north instead
I
of
was
south.
actually wondering that. We're on the cliffs as well, so we might be relatively close to it. Yeah, I have something of a talent at getting rid of undead. So
Oh, wait, there is undead just smack around?
oh,
Come in.
he said ghosts, and it's built right next to a cemetery, so
I'm sorry, I was feeding my crap. I missed that.
yeah, we can definitely do that. Thank you for the scroll.
Indeed. I'll be gone.
Just
Katie
grab
has
Katie
dozed
and
off,
start
like she's
dragging
dozed
her.
off underneath
Oh,
the
okay.
candles.
So,
Sekald
Okay.
politely bows and then heads out.
wait, which one is Corey? Oh, there you are. Okay, come in. There's 2 crabs.
There's 2 crabs.
Didn't you say there was a crab in here?
No, I was joking because you were like, "Where's if you had the Philosopher's
Oh.
Stone?"
Yeah.
I was just
Oh.
saying, like, wherever it is in the ocean, a little crab just decided.
Oh,
to...
I thought you were saying there was a crab in the thing. I was like, oh, hey, a kindred spirit, but no, fuck that. Or maybe his imp was deciding to be a crab. I don't know. I thought there was a crab in the building.
Axel got drunk. He's seeing 2 crabs and 2 wizards, and
Yeah,
he's just playing it off really well.
Sekald, you know if there was a crab in the building, it would be for like he's dissecting it or feeding it to something.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell that to Axel.
Yeah, he is
I'm
not
not
a nice.
blaming.
He is not a nice mage.
He's not an ice mage. Well, that's okay. We've already got one.
Yeah, you got
No,
an
no.
you got an ice mage.
Yeah,
Ah.
I'm close. I'm an ice knight.
You're an ice knight now. Wow.
You are. You really are. You've just transmuted,
As,
like, polymorphed into
as
your
soon
own
as we
spell.
get out of there, Abby's like, cool. Shit, do we have ink for you to describe that thing?
I've got the
should.
tools. Yeah.
Okay,
The book's right here.
good. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think the rest of you can learn it because you don't have spell books in quite the same way.
No, my brain is full.
I don't have a spell book. Do I need a spell book?
Kind of, yeah.
How do I do that?
Years of training.
Can you do that?
Well, okay, mine was like a couple of months, but yeah.
Well, you have a god behind you.
Well, my arcane magic doesn't come from Yandala.
Training.
Yeah, but you trained on that,
Well, yeah.
which is why you're still so green.
She's not green.
She's gangrene. What?
Oh God, it's a metaphor. Let's go.
Thank you.
So do we want to actually figure out what the hell is going on with all the fishing in town first? Because like, as much as I like the idea of learning some spells from Keledek, was it? I feel like if the town starves, that's probably a bit more pressing.
No, Cat. My name is Sekald. I would be learning it from the master. You would be learning it from me.
Well, yeah, okay. Identify. But I was asking for other spells that he knows.
He only gave you the one.
Well, that's what the bargaining was for the doing a favor for him.
No, all he said was he's going to look into some schematics for Axel. He didn't say anything about
Okay,
other spells for
fine.
you.
I think I had asked for both. Maybe we had asked for both, but we'll see.
I'm sorry. I'm just giving you shit.
Oh God, so cute. Yeah, I don't know where Terry is. He was hiding earlier because some douched up nuggets were either they were
Still?
setting off fireworks or they were popping balloons because they had like 25,000 balloons in their yard because everybody decided, oh, hey, coronavirus isn't a thing. Let's all have parties.
Reasons why I want to be a
Yeah.
wizard in real life 101.
2 a.m. last night, lightning storm. I couldn't figure out whether the dog was freaked out because of the storm or he had to go take a shit. So I took him out for a walk, and halfway up the street, we start hearing him, and he turned around and dragged my ass all the way home.
Hmm.
Anyway,
So are we heading straight to the tower? Or are we going to take some time?
Well, which direction is the tower versus
Why don't-
The
which direction is-
tower is north of town, while your guys' home is south of town, about a mile.
well, why don't
You would need to cross the river, and there's no clear paths to the ruins of this tower.
Where's this whole crab problem supposed to be happening relative to the town?
It's in town. It's
It's in town.
Yeah, it's on the eastern edge of town.
So
Well-
why don't we do a couple things at once? Sekald, you could go maybe to the tavern, sit down, copy that scroll into your spell book, and the rest of us can ask around town, see what we know about either the tower or this crab problem or why all the fish seem to be gone.
Would it take that short of a time to copy the scroll?
You're indisposed for 2 hours.
I thought it was longer than that for some.
It's 2 hours per spell level,
That's right. Spell level. Okay, never mind.
but since it's
I'm-
only a first level spell,
Yeah, and it's not the school that you are specialized in, so it's full time. It's not the half time.
yeah, 2 hours.
So yeah, no. I mean, probably not at the. Well, I guess the tavern would probably be the only place that he could do it. He couldn't. It'd take longer to run back home and be in the comfort of his own alchemy lab.
I do have a small room in the tavern where I used to sleep. She'll probably let you hang out there.
Yeah, I'm sure we could find you a private suite.
Oh yeah, we can probably get like an in room, like a cushy place that I could never afford.
I mean, if they're giving it away for free in the town for us. then
Well, yeah, that's it. Just ask for a room.
I mean, they said that, yeah.
Yeah, well, that certainly works. Hell,
and
Okay, so-
we can go pick up information in the actual tavern proper and have a drink.
Yeah,
So
Okay.
you're headed to the tavern,
Yes.
and I was fiddling through books. I'm sorry. What are you guys doing at the tavern?
I'm going to investigate the inside of a mug of beer.
They're looking for information.
All right, that
about
costs you 0 copper, 0 gold, 0 silver.
Okay.
but a number of Constitution saving throws. Sekald is going to sit down in a private room and copy that identify scroll into his book, and then scribe one for Abby.
Well, once you put it in your book, I can just copy it straight from your book into mine.
Yeah, okay. Considering they're each on their own
I'll say
slabs.
with that scroll, it came with the very expensive, high-quality ink that was needed to copy it into your spellbook, aka the gold that was required.
Oh, he's nice.
Well, considering my spell book, it's not just ink.
Well, the
remember?
components needed to copy it into your
Okay.
spellbook.
Okay, no, that works. Abby, and I don't know if the rest of you care to know this or not. When you go to copy the spell from Sekald's book, it's not a regular book. They
It's
are
made of-
metal.
Sorry.
They are metal pages etched with acid, and that's the only
Nice.
way that it can be waterproof.
I was going to joke and say it was
Nifty.
made of ice.
That's
Is it-
nice.
If you'd have let me, Scotty, I absolutely would have. But trying to read a book of ice would be
That'd be too expensive.
Yeah.
Eternal
just imagining,
ice is very expensive, let alone
I'm
trying to
imagining,
make
like,
it
a little
paper.
Arcane like engraving kit where you just have like a little hammer and pen and you just go ding 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 and like
That's so fucking cool.
that's why I specified acid etching. Thank you.
yeah.
But you only see the one page that has the identify spell on it, because the others are slabs of metal spread.
Katie's like, do you ever have a problem like where your acid pen breaks and then
He
it's
has to
painful?
concentrate, Katie. Come on,
What?
let's go get a bite to eat. Come on, he has to concentrate. He's gonna be busy for like 2 hours. Do you really just want to sit here watching him write for 2 hours, or would you rather talk to a bunch of fishermen about ghost stories?
Katie gets up and heads back.
Please go with the ghost stories. Please
You're
go
welcome.
with the ghost stories. Thank you.
And close the
I
door.
say to Abby as we walk away, it's okay. I'll just send the bird to check on him.
The bird's gonna die again.
Door closes. You hear a thud as he spears the door to lock it in place. So the trident's poking.
We're
through the
gonna have to pay to fix that now. God
No,
we
damn it,
won't.
guys.
I have mending. I have mending specifically for reasons like this.
Down the stairs.
Yes, nothing like casual property damage.
Yeah,
I
like
mean-
Axel, I'm asking around what any of the fishermen think might be the cause of the dry spell, as it were.
I'm gonna step
Um,
away for just a moment.
one mentions about how they've heard certain dragons can change waters around them where they live, and they're hoping that it's not a dragon.
What do we know about dragons?
Arcana check. This will be fairly high because Greyhawk.
I got an
Yeah,
18
dragons
this
are
time.
Super rare.
I got an 18 this time. I guess I know
Got
about
a
water
rock.
dragons.
I got an 8.
I got a 13.
Axel,
That makes sense. You are a sailor.
And
I feel like definitely more like
Axel, you have heard of dragons from the village you were from.
uh-huh.
They're these big winged lizard things. They seem to have a breath weapon. They have a big hard shell, and they seem to stop surface dweller ships. They're a lot like turtles.
Yes. But it's different from like a dragon turtle, yes.
You're not sure. That's the only
Oh,
dragon you've heard of.
Okay.
mm.
Is there anything different about the water itself? Like, I mean, is it
Oh
problem with
yeah.
the fish?
Didn't
Do the
somebody
fish
say that
like
somebody
have-
got sick by drinking it? But then again, that's salt water.
Or like
Yes,
boils? Or
yes,
like
but
sores on the fish?
the water was boiled beforehand.
But I'm
Oh,
saying, are there like sores or boils on the fish? Like lesions?
Well, the other day when we were out there, we found that a lot of the fish were already dead when we came up with our nets, and we actually had quite a few dead fish floating around in the water. So there's something going on out there.
Okay. Other things. Is the water like? Did anyone like try and dive in?
When you see a bunch of dead fish around the water, no one really jumps in.
Yeah, like that. To be fair, like yeah.
I just
How
wonder if
far
it was.
out? How far out are you seeing dead fish?
It's
Oh, it was about points here on map.
Just as a note, considering the ongoing situation of the world, I'd like to point out that is not entirely true, and some dumbasses would probably still go for a swim.
Maybe not exactly in the like. I would imagine that
Dumbasses
the
that don't know what they're
fishermen-
doing, and this is a town
Yeah,
of fishermen that know
like-
what they're doing.
like the fishermen would not do
They're
that.
not suicidal.
The idiots on shore, it's like it's fine. The water's fine. That's all
Yeah.
the way out there, not in here. This is different water.
Oh God, I'm burning.
Hey, Katie. Message.
Someone,
Sorry.
the dumbest one was somebody who drank the water they pulled up from nearby. He was
Hey,
the dumbass.
where? How's that guy doing? Do you know where he is?
Oh, he's that guy is me. I'm all fine now.
Oh, okay.
I was really thirsty, and it's the only water we had.
Well, I mean, it was boiled, so like you had every reason to think that it should be safe.
Mm-hmm. It tasted very foul, even more foul than normal.
Like just the
You
taste of
quantify
it was
how?
like the texture or the color off at all.
No, it's just something was off. It didn't settle in my stomach very well. I had runs for the next few days.
Okay. Get back to the rest of the group. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to go out there.
I think you may be right.
I know that it's faster and we would all prefer to swim, but I definitely feel like we should be in a boat because if he got sick drinking the water, who knows what it'll do to you guys breathing it.
I mean, it would certainly answer a lot of questions very quickly.
Yeah, but those might not be questions that I can solve with spells that can heal you. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like,
I'll go swimming.
I mean,
no.
I hear you. However, it's like we can't really avoid it. I mean, eventually. We're
No,
going to
yeah,
have to
I
go in
know,
the
I know.
water.
I just want to know what we're getting into before we jump in, if you know what I mean. Like, if we're in the boat, we can decide, like, okay, now we're at the area where we're seeing dead fish. Let's cast spells to make sure that we are protected from, like, poison and disease. And then we jump in versus just swimming for hours straight through potentially poisonous water.
Okay, but just one thing. Maybe take just like a little boat and not like our big boat. Because,
Oh, yeah, no. We'll take, like, a dinghy.
Yeah, if we take the whole big boat and there is a dragon and then we lose the boat, that would be
No.
so sad. So sad.
Yeah, but if we take a little boat, are we going to be able to outdistance the dragon?
I mean,
No, but I feel like if we take a little boat, we're screwed either way. So better that it's just us rather than us an entire crew in a very expensive boat.
Where they would tell you that this happened, I'll say it's at least a few leagues out.
Oh, geez. Okay, maybe we.
You're pretty
will
sure
just
you
take
need to
the
take.
proper boat.
You're pretty sure you need to take your sea ghost.
But we could take the sea ghost and then get on the dinghy and go.
Yeah.
The rest of the way.
Yep.
yeah. Okay.
That's better.
Yeah.
And then if we run into problems and we need the sea ghost to come back and save us, we can use your bird to send them a message to say, "Hey, we fucked up. Come get us."
Just if Sekald
Or,
doesn't
hey,
come
we
through,
solved
we're
the
not sending
problem.
it.
Well,
Because he'll blow it up
Sekald
before
will
it
be
can give him the
with us.
message.
Will be with
Okay.
Sekald will be with us, so it won't be surprising him.
Oh.
He's trigger happy when he's locked in his study and he's distracted. It's just like, oh god, enemy, rather than oh god, bird.
No, it's more the bird.
I thought about getting some real birds and hiding them in his room.
No, because then he'll just kill real birds. That's horrible.
But then we can always cook them for dinner.
But why would you do that? I don't understand. Why you keep trying to give him the bird?
You got to keep him on his toes. You can't let him get complacent.
I 100% believe that this is a thing that Katie heard in a bar one night, that you give people a bird when they're annoying you. And she's just doing that like forever now.
Actually, she
'Cause
heard
doesn't
that you,
understand.
She heard that you give people a bird to annoy them. She got it mixed up.
Yeah.
From
So-
the open window from outside the tavern.
Mhm.
Sorry if that was too loud.
You're fine.
Okay. So,
Yeah, so I guess after 2 hours or so, we'll yeah, how long of like talking to the locals and getting all that information? How long does that take?
I would say that takes around that amount of time.
Yeah.
Because it would more like those are just like the key points of the conversations. It was more small talk and stuff.
Yeah.
Probably a few people being like, "So what happened next when you were down there?" And you guys had to like retell some of your adventures with the Sahuagin.
Oh, okay. So next we did, and then there was just 1,000 of them in the carton, and it was crazy. There was fucking
As he's
lightning
like
and
saying
ice knife and
1,000,
explosions
Abby's
and-
like going, it was 9. It was 9 of them. It was not 1,000, it was 9.
So, that happens.
Yeah, so
And
I
then,
guess
and then you all meet up, and Sekald has his spell in his book.
When we go to meet Sekald, I actually conjure a bunch of ravens. So when he comes out of the door, there's like all these ravens flying around.
Ice knife.
They just in like little confetti when they get ice knifed.
That's so bad. That's
Yeah.
just so cruel.
that's so mean.
They're fine. They'll come back next time.
How do you know it's the same ones?
You're a monster.
They told me so.
I mean, I can't argue that. So Sekald, can you cast that today, or do you need to wait until tomorrow when you can prepare it?
No, need to wait until tomorrow.
Okay.
Plus that and the birds.
Well, is it like a ritual where you can just cast it if you take a little longer?
That it is.
We could do that. What do we want to try to identify first to see if well, actually maybe let's head home and talk about what we want to do next before we do that. Because we might find out that there's something on it that's less pleasant than we would like. Or we might find out that it's nothing and I'm just being paranoid and maybe mean towards somebody that sold us some good stuff, but
I mean, you were the one that brought up the fact that they were evil. So
yeah, should we talk to our crew before about the possibility that within the next day or so we'll be heading out to sea?
Crew. I thought we were the
Of the
only ones
ship.
that. I thought we were the only ones that ran the ship.
We cannot run a ship just ourselves, especially considering there is one experienced sailor among all of us.
Odd. I thought the ship that we got was specifically designed for a minimal crew of only 5 or 6 people.
No, the Sea Ghost. You guys have a crew with you on the Sea Ghost.
Even then, if we were to just park the ship unattended for God knows how long, who knows where it could end up. Like, even if it's anchored, shit happens on the ocean that you can't really expect all the time.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think last time, didn't we have like a dwarven crew with us or something? Or was that a different ship?
Yeah,
Might have
that
been
was a
different ship.
different
that was a
boat.
different ship. But you need a crew of 30 to run
Good. Yikes.
to run your
Okay.
sailing ship.
All right. So that might be where most of our gold is going. Shit.
Well,
How much
no,
is it?
they're paid for the next year,
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Cool.
if you
Never mind.
recall.
We just need to plan ahead and pay for them once that's paid. You know,
And
not
all
paid
of you,
anymore.
and all of you got a favor from the council, so
Hmm.
they might be able to pay it later
What?
too for
What
you.
kind of favor would Katie ask for from the council? I got to think about this.
Yeah, that's a big blank check, and something that's very on par with first edition rewards, where they don't give you a literal reward; they give you a blank check.
Like a big open-ended boon.
Yeah,
One day you walk through the town square and there's a very large, gaudy statue of Katie.
you might need it later. Like there might be a misunderstanding. Like
Mhm.
you didn't mean for it to happen, but like a fireball blows up and it kills a few people, and instead of it getting pinned on you, maybe favor with the council, they're able to ease the tension. so your reputation isn't completely ruined or something. I don't know.
Maybe I'll ask the council to get me that unicorn stick.
Or
Yeah.
that.
I don't know if the council can afford the unicorn stick.
I was gonna say you could probably buy the entire town for the cost of that thing.
Maybe I don't know how much a town costs. Anyway,
You
yeah,
might-
let's make our way to the crew.
You might
let
be able to
them
get
know.
that staff as a reward if you helped out and did a personal favor for King Scotty.
Yeah, let the crew know, and then I guess head home.
Aye, aye.
Do we want to head out tomorrow, guys? Is that enough
s-
time, or do we need to do anything else?
Well, we'll get the ship and all the food prepared on board.
I think we might have used a potion or two while we were getting our asses kicked in there, but I still have 2 healing potions if any of the rest of you guys are low. I think Kade, you might have used a couple.
I think I'm okay.
I can still make more.
I think I'm doing all right on my things. I have. I still have 3 healing potions.
Oh shit! Never mind. All right.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Now, did we have to return the potion of invisibility in gaseous form?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I should
What
take
if I
those off.
didn't?
No,
They
you
have-
They would
literally
have
told-
asked for it.
You
What if
literally
I-
told us that they effectively, quote unquote, told us to hand them back if we didn't use them.
I
but we
did.
were allowed
I
to
did
keep
tell
them,
you.
and we're allowed to keep them
What?
because they nodded it off. It's in the. I can guarantee you, it's on the recording. You effectively said they didn't ask for them back, and that we, quote unquote, used them.
They were
Well, I
lending.
think-
They were lending it to you.
Yeah,
and
I
if you
think
weren't
they
going
were
to use
like,
it to give
"Hey,
it back.
did you guys use them?" And
My
most
question
of
is, what if
and like
I
Abby was
lied?
like, "No, I didn't use mine. Here, have it." And
No, but
Katie's
that's-
like,
That's
"No,
exactly
I used
what I'm
mine."
saying. I still have mine in my inventory because at the end of that session, you said instead of having us return them, the town effectively, quote unquote, had said we used them. That's why I still have mine in my inventory. It's at
They
the
wrote
end of
them
the
off.
episode. I can guarantee.
Mm,
Yeah, they
okay.
wrote them off.
Okay.
I mean, I hate to fight
Kate-
it, but
Katie would have lied, but if they caught her, she would have been like, "Oh, wait, those. Oh, I thought you
That
meant
sounds like
I
something.
forgot.
That
I
sounds
thought-
like something I would have said. So I'm gonna go with what
I thought
Sekald
that
said.
the bottle was empty.
Oh, that one. No, I thought I took. I remember being a gaseous cloud. I remember that. Oh no, that was the time the thing broke through the veil and like hit me out of the water. Like,
That was the time I ate that really bad burrito.
no, I ate the spoiled berry. I've been a little bit,
Oh, God,
a
that's
little bit
right.
off since then.
Okay. So
well, I guess-
Homeward
swimming.
bound.
so
Yay!
we'll skip to you guys being on the boat and heading out.
Okay, yeah.
Whoa.
Here's
Can
the
we
different
say that
positions.
evening, Abby. Oh wait, weren't we gonna identify the stuff and see what we could determine?
Yeah, take 10 and do a ritual identify.
Yeah, when we got home.
on what
Okay.
items?
What are you identifying?
Well,
We have nothing else from Zendros unless you guys bought something.
I
that we
have
haven't
so
used.
much shit from Zendros.
I have at least got a cloak
I
of
was
protection.
about to say you guys have bought a lot of things from her.
I have my my
Ne-
necklace of adaptation
Mhm.
and my cloak of the manta ray are from her.
I thought the adaptation came from the town. The
No.
manta ray, I can assume that did come through her.
The mall.
No,
That
one of the
Axel
necklaces
has.
of adaptation.
Oh yeah,
came
definitely. I
from
needed to
the-
get my mall checked out.
Katie
one of the neck.
has bought a few things.
Yeah.
Your shield
necklace-
gauntlet, your trident, Sekald, from her.
Yeah, one necklace of adaptation was in the chest. One I bought from her like a billion years ago before she got me the cloak of the manta ray.
Okay.
But either way, cloak of the manta ray.
hmm
You are identifying the cloak of manta ray.
I also would like to have my
That
mall
one
checked
I don't
out.
think you got from her.
I did. That's the one I did a favor for her. We went to the forest or something or another to gather something.
That's right. When we ran into the statue of Dung.
Yeah, the
That's
crowned woods.
right. Yeah. And then while you're starting that, Abby, if you will allow her. Actually, no, you probably need your spell book. I'll wait.
Cloak of the Manta Ray. You learn everything that is on the Cloak of Manta Ray which essentially means when you put the hood up, you gain a swimming speed of 60. It requires an action to pull the hood up or down. That's what you learn with Identify on it.
Okay.
And I'd take the next 10 to just to double check my staff or my trident with the enchant.
Everything you asked for is on it.
But is there anything extra?
Not that you can identify. It is a trident with Shatter that you can cast once a day.
It's not ominous or anything.
You're asking what you could identify, and that's what you identify.
Yeah, but the way you phrased it makes it sound like there's a possibility of something in there that I can't identify.
Oh,
Hence the problem.
sorry.
No, you're fine. It's almost the same as alluding to a disease that you don't know your character has.
You don't sense any diseases.
Yeah.
Right.
Or you don't see any traps.
So we're good.
Do you take 10 to identify anything else you guys got?
Anyone?
Farmer?
Well, I wanted to. You said the maul didn't come from her. The enchantment on the maul.
The maul did.
That we sent. Yeah, we sent that off to get enchanted from her.
Mhm.
So, yeah. So I would definitely like to make sure that that's not going to jump out of my hand or something at the inopportune moment.
It is a +1 maul of throwing.
Okay.
That's what you get from Identify.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Katie doesn't ask to have anything identified because if something's going to happen that she doesn't expect, she considers it an interesting surprise.
And can study it.
So, the next day, crack of dawn, you get ready to sail, and you set sail.
While we're sailing, Abby is going to try and scribe that spell Identify into her spellbook.
I will ask, do any of you take any positions on the boat? Positions are as follows. Captain. There's 4 officers underneath the captain. The first mate, the bosun, I can never say that one right, the quartermaster, and the cook.
No, you said it right. Bosun.
Josul's probably the cook.
Yeah.
He's because he's not here this session, I'm going to say he's busy doing things,
Cooking.
and he'll catch up.
And honestly, he could be both an officer and a cook because he's that large of a person.
Yeah, we'll see.
Right.
Yeah, we'll
I
see.
was gonna say quartermaster, considering he is our
We'll see. He's the
so
quartermaster.
treasurer.
Quarter. Fuck. He's a half master at least.
Rude.
3/4.
Abby would be cook.
You just got done saying how big of a person he was.
That wasn't me. I was saying that he would be quartermaster, if anything, because he's the fucking party treasurer.
She meant it literally, as in the quartermaster, not the 3/4 master. I was the asshole that said 3/4.
Oh.
What other positions are there?
There's 25 other positions that are just like the common sailor positions, like setting up the sails and being on the main deck and all that.
Sekald was a marine with the
Well, we've got quartermaster, captain, and cook. So there's still bosun and first mate, right?
Mm-hmm. Bosun.
I assume Axel would be captain, since literally none of the rest of us know what the fuck we're doing on a ship.
Bosun is in charge of repairs. So if there's a hole in the hull, the bosun would be fixing it. They'd be the first one on it, at least. And they'd be in charge of the other people helping them fix things.
What about navigator?
That'd be first mate.
I'm skilled at navigation, and I have a really good memory for maps and geography.
Cool.
Excellent.
Hey, Kat?
Yeah.
Not sure how much you remember about the first episode. Sekald was with the Marines, or not the Marines, was the Marine background. He was on the Navy ships.
I didn't realize that.
Saltmarsh
Sorry.
Before he joined up with you guys.
I did not realize that. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Something else. God,
oh,
that was
jeez.
horrifying.
That didn't work out too well.
Your eyes and mouth.
You need a light on your face, then it could tell what's the background.
Yeah, I definitely need like a ring light.
But yeah, I guess since mending works on the small stuff and Sekald would be familiar with it, I guess he'd take bosun.
Okay, fair enough.
Leaves me relatively free for casting spells on the deck of the ship if we need it.
And you head out and set sail. Let down the sails and head out.
Way up, she rises way. I'm sorry, Assassin's Creed. Shutting up.
No, I got you.
Also got you.
I'm sorry. This entire episode has been absolutely phenomenal for me this evening, so I apologize to everyone if
Not
I've been
at all.
overly annoying.
No, you're fine.
No, being annoying is Katie's job.
Put him in the hold with the captain's daughter. Put him in the hold with the captain's daughter. Put him in the hold with the captain's daughter early in the morning.
Shave his belly with a rusty razor. Shave his belly with a rusty razor. Shave his belly with a rusty razor. Early in the...
You've never seen the captain's daughter early in the morning.
Hey! Inspiration, if you guys don't have it. Both Sekald and
Yay!
Axel, specifically. Sorry.
You're fine.
multi-class
Abby is
into
going
bard.
to cast aid on Sekald, Kade, and Josul.
Yay, temporary hit points.
Okay.
Because I feel like Axel and I have the highest AC, so we're least likely to get hit anyway.
We'll say this is like a day out at sea. To get
Alright.
there and then like a day back. So
It's just what she would do every day. So oh,
um,
and then she's gonna spend her gold to learn Identify. If that's cool.
yeah, you'll take one of the cabins down below.
Yeah, the plate pages are often pretty cold. You know, all the ice magic and everything.
Cool.
And because we were first time doing ship things, I'm gonna say nothing super horrible happens. But near in the afternoon, you guys see it coming. There's like a heavy clouds in the direction you guys are heading, so you know that the storm's coming, and you go to prep. And we cut to you guys being in the middle of the storm, and there are specific everybody with specific roles has specific checks they need to do on the ship to make sure you guys go through the storm without any mishaps.
Ooh.
So the captain needs to roll me an intelligence water vehicles check. Are you proficient with water vehicles?
I am, in fact, proficient with water vehicles.
Then intelligence plus proficiency.
Yeah, I shouldn't have made
Call it a
intelligence my
captain.
jump stat.
As you make sure you're telling everybody the right directions on where they should be going.
23. Holy fuck.
Wow, you are on it. First mate, I need a charisma intimidation check to keep everybody in a line during these situations.
It's not gonna happen, but let's do this.
So should Sekald make that check when Katie fails?
That's not your job.
Yeah, I know.
You got your own check.
I know.
I got a 7.
A
Oh
7.
boy.
No, not there. No, wait.
Pull
Put it
on that
over
rope
there.
harder, if you want. You don't need to hold it. It's fine.
No, if you don't have to hold. I mean, you should hold it, but you don't. I mean, if you really don't want to, you don't have to.
Holy
Like,
fuck.
Katie's too nice about it. She's not intimidating.
The bosun down below deck. There are leaks every once in a while. Are you proficient with Carpenters Tools?
I don't think carpenters, but I did ask of using mending earlier.
Yes, you did. So instead of the normal strength check, I'm going to have you roll intelligence check instead. But it's not
Cool.
proficient because you're not proficient on using mending for carpentry.
Large scale.
That still works absolutely perfectly for me because that's still a +5 to whatever I roll.
Oof, yes.
Which is perfect because it comes out as a dirty 20.
Nice. And then I will roll for the quartermaster, so as he needs to do a wisdom nature check, and I did not roll well.
Oh no.
Not plan our rolls very well.
We didn't know what we were doing.
So, the waves are choppy. Water splashes up on the deck every once in a while. Axel's doing a good job commanding everybody, but it's really difficult because it's loud and windy during the storm. Kade wasn't quite assertive enough to make sure everybody was stained and line and such on it. And surprisingly enough, you're using a cantrip somehow works on the leaks, because the cantrip takes a while. So that's why I'm saying it's surprising, because it's 1 cubic foot per minute of repairs with mending.
But I make it work.
I mean, that's at least as fast as you could patch with an actual set of Carpenters Tools.
So let's see.
And it saves us materials.
Oh, I need to roll myself for the crew in general. Oh, they passed. So the crew themselves did the best they could, I guess.
So is the cook the one that doesn't roll?
No, I rolled for him, and I got a nat 6.
Oh, I thought I was the cook.
You rolled for the quartermaster.
The quartermaster. Sorry,
Yeah.
quartermaster, not the cook.
Yeah, Abby's the cook.
Yeah, you don't need to roll.
Oh, okay.
I'm surprised she wouldn't have to roll some type of agility or check because of all the pots.
In
and
that
pans
case,
she
though, in any case, either way, Abby would have been on deck trying to make sure nobody goes overboard during this.
But luckily, you get out of the storm unscathed. And you're able to rest for the night, as it is late into the night when the storm finally dies down. The next day, you can check your navigation maps and such, and you know that you're fairly close to the area that the sailors were talking about, where they found dead fish when they were fishing.
We're almost there.
And yes.
No, nothing. Abby's changing her spells around to make sure that she's prepared for poison and whatnot.
Can I go send Corey to go dip his little claw in the water?
Yes.
Okay. I don't want him to go like dive in, but I do want him to like touch it and see if it burns.
Okay. He puts his little claw in there, nothing happens.
Okay, I will have him cautiously like go under, like climb along the underside of the boat to go in the water.
Mm-hmm.
And if he starts like suffering, he can come back out again. But
for how long?
Just as long as it takes to make a determination, like a dip.
Okay, so he scuttles down using the barnacles as gripping parts on the other side of the hull, and he goes around the other side of the boat, comes back up. Nothing wrong with him.
Well, okay. Okay, I don't know, guys.
He comes back up with a dead fish, though.
Ooh,
It looks like it's been dead for a while.
Okay. Can I?
It's like a little minnow. It's nothing.
Can I attempt a medicine check on the fish?
Yes.
I would like to see if I can determine how this fish dies. Ooh, 22.
Yeah.
I know fish.
This tiny little minnow looks like it it's very odd. It seems like it died of natural causes.
Eh?
You don't notice anything medically wrong with it. It's pretty hard to tell too, because you can tell with that check that it's been dead for maybe 2 days now.
Can I sit down and use a ritual to cast detect poison and disease on this dead fish?
Yeah, sure.
I will do that. Oh.
And the fish is a dog.
That's a hell of a disease there.
Dogfish?
Yeah.
That's a type of shark. Sekald could help with that.
Mm-hmm.
Not right now, he couldn't. Most of them are probably dead.
No, where's Bruce? I hope you left him at home.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the animal friendship only happens if I continuously cast it, so they probably swam off and are doing their own thing now. Hopefully not in the diseased waters.
Ooh.
But yeah, I wasn't expecting to have him as a constant companion. I can always go diving for other sharks.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you checking, Abby?
Checking to see if that fish has a disease, or had
Right.
one, or disease or poisoned.
How is that specified? Is it just a target, or is it like you just sense it in the area, or?
Let me check. Detect poison and disease. For the duration, it lasts 10 minutes. I can sense the present location of poisons, poisonous creatures, and diseases within 30 feet of me, and identify what kind of poison, poisonous creature, or disease in each case.
Okay. You detect not any from the fish itself, but from the water, and it's very faint poison.
Apparently the
fairly
water
close
is
to
poisonous.
fairly close to I don't know what exactly kind of poison, but it's not fatal poison.
Like not fatal to us, or just not fatal and supposed to be in general, or just not poisonous enough in the water.
It might make you sick.
Does your
The
spell allow
fish-
you to identify what kind it is?
It says also identify the kind of disease.
Yeah.
Or poison?
I don't
Or
know
poison,
I don't know
rather.
what better way to describe it for you. From
Like
that
without
spell.
giving away a name?
There's no name for it. That's why I'm like.
Oh, I got you.
It seems like you're from this poison, since you could identify it. You're pretty sure if you stay in there for an extended period of time, there's a chance you could be suffering the poisoned condition for a while.
Mm.
But it would be for quite a while. Like if you had a low constitution, the minimum would be like an hour fully submerged in this water.
Lucky for me, I've got divine health. I'm in.
Yeah, I can protect one of us from it.
I'm okay.
Axel
Wait,
splashes into
wait
the
a
water,
minute.
and
Axel,
as you
what
as
level
you
spells can
splash-
you cast?
First, and now just 1 second spell. I've got Find Steed on
Protection from poison is a second level spell
my
that paladins can learn, I think.
Oh.
Yep,
Yep.
that's definitely a paladin thing.
Okay. Well,
Oh.
I can.
Also nearby, I forgot to mention, there's the tiniest little island.
Oh,
When I say tiny, I mean like maybe 2 people could stand on an island. And it seems to poke out of the water, and it's just high enough that you see what appears to be a bird's nest roosted on top of this rock formation.
Is
I
it a
jump in
sparrow?
and go swimming toward the little island.
No, Katie.
Katie, the water's poisonous! Oh my god.
All right, you swim over there.
Let's get the boat.
You mean the dinghy?
Yep.
Algae and ocean spray cover
No,
the
we're on a
rocks
ship.
on the
Thank
rocks
you for
formation.
specifying
So, wait, Jeanette, are you actually there? You just covering the? Yeah, that's what I thought.
that. Muted.
I know.
You get to the island, and you can tell climbing will be difficult. It's very slippery, and it looks like the birds pick this as a very good spot because it'd be hard to get to their nest that is on the top.
I attempt it
Looking down
anyway.
at you, you hear like a screech, and a hawk is looking down at you.
I wave. I attempt to climb up anyway.
It screeches. Give me an acrobatics check.
Okay.
You're about to get dive bombed.
That's if she makes it up to the island.
It is a big
25.
nest. Okay. You were able to get up there like there was no slippery traction issues at all. And you get to the top, and when you get up there, you see there's not 1, but 6 nests up there. There's a bunch of bird droppings and feathers and such. And there are 12 bloodhawks, and they all scatter the second you get up there. And they're screeching, they're angry, and a few of them turn around to attack you.
That sounds metal as fuck.
As you see, there's a bunch of eggs in their nests.
Can
How
I
f-
Okay. Well, I guess that this
As we
pushes initiative.
roll
Yeah.
initiative, yeah, I was about to end it, but we'll end with a little combat.
I do have to ask, how far out is this island?
I'm gonna say it's. She jumped in the water and it was about 50 feet away from your boat.
Perfect.
Okay.
It's my initiative.
Let me pull up their
Plus
stats
5.
'Cause I'm-
and explain what bloodhawks are, because that is an awesome name. Can't remember they are on the top of my head.
Got a 22.
They have gotten their name from their crimson feathers, an aggressive nature.
Ooh.
Besides that, they're like hawks. So, let me get everyone's initiatives.
22.
Ooh-wee.
Oh, we 22 for Kade. How about Axel?
14.
14. Josul, just kidding. He's eating something downstairs, I guess. Sekald, what do you get?
11.
Okay. And Abby.
I got a 2.
Ooh, let's see what they got.
What did Katie got a 21, right?
22.
22, and Axel got the 14.
So I'm assuming, Kat, you rolled a 4 and you've got a -1 on initiative. No, you
Oh, I
rolled a
rolled a-
3.
3, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I rolled a 1, and then I re-rolled it, and I got a 3.
So,
Oh, and you didn't do that on.
Katie,
You
they're
need to
they're
throw away those
flying.
dice.
They're flying towards you aggressively
Cool.
to protect their home.
I'm gonna look at the one that's the closest to me. Is it within 30 feet of Katie?
We'll say, yeah, sure.
Okay. I big grin on my face, still waving. I cast Animal Friendship on the one that's closest.
That's a wisdom save, right?
That is a wisdom save. Oh, what's my save? Let's see.
I believe it's con based, right?
It's
No, it's not con based.
Nope. Okay, I know my saving throw.
What is it?
It's a 13.
I got a dirty 20.
Oh,
And right to your face.
yeah, I don't move because I'm trying to be friendly. So sure.
All right. Oh boy. All right. So after Katie is Axel.
Okay, great. Axel is just gonna point a finger and he's gonna get a bead on one of the highest hawks and he's gonna cast a firebolt. Ooh, heck yes. It's just plus dex, right? We don't have proficiency bonus to the attack roll. Oh, we do.
No, if it's a
Spells.
firebolt, it's a spell attack bonus.
Yeah.
That's your
So-
intelligence,
Oh, right. Yeah.
being an
so-
Eldritch Knight.
Right. So it's only +3. Well, that's okay. It's a 21 anyway.
You hit it.
Cool. For 2d10 fire. Okay. 17. Yikes.
That bird is engulfed in fire and falls into the water.
Hey. That's my roast hawk.
Anything else in your turn?
No,
Soggy roast hawk.
it's okay. It's to be crispy when I get it.
Mm.
Okay. Up next is the 11 Bloodhawks that are attacking Katie.
Holy fuck.
They have advantage because they have pack tactics.
Oh no.
So I'm just going to go off these one at a time for you.
So you're trying to hit an AC of 17, Scotty.
Oh, okay, that helps a lot. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So they need to roll at least that. Okay. Miss, hit, miss, hit, hit. Natural 20.
Great.
Do these count as missiles? No, I'm
Miss,
kidding.
miss.
That would be really funny to watch you just snatch a bird out of the air like that.
That would be hilarious.
Unfortunately, they don't.
Like the fact that they
Hit
act like it.
and hit. How many was that?
Oof, too many.
Like 7 with a
Okay.
natural 20 thrown in there.
Yep, and I got to roll my thing. As one bird crits you. So
It's the
essentially,
one I
what this
tried to
looks
charm.
like. Essentially, what this looks like is you're like and they're just like all over you, clawing at you,
The movie The
and
Birds.
pecking at you. Yeah.
On the bright side, Josul doesn't have to worry about dying in combat this time around. However, it seems that Katie has taken his place.
Yeah.
30 on a critical means, are you holding anything?
No,
Okay, then nothing else happens on top of that.
I was just standing and waving. I had to climb up, so I had nothing in my hands.
However, 7 of them made their attack. So you take with the crit, 25 piercing damage.
Ow, 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 ow.
You did have the temporary hit points. Don't forget.
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
how
yes.
many?
You have 15 temporary hit points.
Okay, so let's see.
So
And
10 damage.
As
10
they
damage.
as they attack you like that, they also they'll just stay on you. They won't fly away because they are fearless, as it
Good
says
birdies,
in their
good birdies.
monster manual. Okay,
Alright,
after
good
them,
birds.
it is Sekald's turn.
Okay. So with all these birds attacking Kade,
Mm-hmm.
how close together are they all?
Fairly close. They're a small size.
So what would be their maximum span? Like if the far left one and the far right.
If you're
one,
gonna
how far-
ice knife, you could hit like about half of them.
No. I was thinking of something different that has a larger hit radius.
Then
Would
I
20
would say
feet
the
equal
total
one?
radius that this unofficial swarm takes up is about 20 cubic feet.
That is perfect because the spell that I want to cast is exactly 20 cubic feet.
Hmm.
I learned this spell from a master who learned it from an old friend named Zebediah. I am casting Sphere of Water Pressure on the birds.
Okay, Katie would be in this. You're shaping it around her.
Of course, it's an evocation.
Okay.
So basically think the sonic explosion from the Slave 1, just in water form and in reverse.
All right. So that's strength checks, right?
Constitution saving throws.
Con saves.
Oh.
Okay. What's your DC to help my sanity?
16.
Okay, thank you. Let's roll 11 d20s.
Oh my god.
Of fun.
Yeah, I was gonna say that sounds like a lot of clatter.
16, right?
Yes.
1 succeeded.
Wow. So that one is not restrained. All of the other 10 are.
Mhm.
The other 10 take a total of, that's 16 bludgeoning damage.
Oh, well, that doesn't matter. You kill all of them. Dead. The one that even took half still dies. So
Savage.
Oof.
you do that, the water bubble of pressure dissipates, and a bunch of dead hawks rain down on you, Katie, along with the
Oh
water.
man, you just exterminated the whole fucking island.
Katie.
Some of them landing on top of some eggs, breaking a few.
No!
Quick,
My
cast
God.
mending.
Oh yeah, a
I'm
few of
on
the
the
eggs got
boat.
caught in the sphere, and they got crushed as well.
Oh,
Are
they're
there any
scrambled.
eggs left?
No, they're all scrambled now.
I'm not apologizing.
Let's,
Saved your ass.
let's see. No. There were only 3 eggs, and they're all
Oh.
crushed.
I
In
just
one way or
wanted to
another.
make friends.
Well, technically, you made friends. I just made them. You know
You
what?
didn't-
I'm gonna shut up now.
And I
Made them
think
dead.
that is where we will stop for tonight.
We eat tonight.
Josul would know that each of these eggs could sell for 25 gold if they were intact to a noble. They're really nice omelets.
Oof.
You should cast mending on the shell and just take 'em
Omelets,
out.
they make good pets. Okay.
That too. You know.
Yeah.
If
Either or.
Katie brings back any of the shells, Sekald would attempt to use mending for whatever good that
They're-
would do.
It's a fucking egg with a living creature in it. Mending and can use shit.
The creature is dead. The shell could be repaired and sold off.
That's pretty light.
Just
That's a
lie
pretty
them.
light egg.
We'll put something in it and then the
Sand.
shell.
little sand.
Feels weird. Why does it sound like there's sand in here instead of like
They're
a
rock
baby
eggs.
egg?
All right.
It's gonna hatch. So I just imagine like,
Fucking
like
maraca.
Axel's like gonna rally the rest of the crew. Is like, hey, Katie has got his chicken tonight because he doesn't know birds, but you know.
Did someone say eggs? As Josul pops up, and that's where we'll end it, so that way Josul's included next time.
Yeah.
Ba-dum-tsh.
Very
Yeah.
good.
Sorry for taking all the action there, people.
No,
No.
that's what you're for.
No, you're
the-
fine.
the big
You-
cannon.
Thank you for wrapping it up very quickly, because it could have took
Yeah.
a while.
Yeah, I don't
And-
have that many AoE spells that I want to blow on birds because somebody can't hold or restrain herself.
Yeah, I was like, we could probably have sniped them out of the sky all day long, but it would have been like 3 or 4 go round.
Rounds, yeah.
No, you're right. It only took. Never mind.
One. That's good.
I could snipe it
Yeah.
out all day.
We'll start with Katie. Katie, do you have any plugs as we end it for tonight?
Sure. Hi, I'm Jeanette. You can find me on Twitter. It says it down below. You can also find me on my Twitch channel at uncanny_adventures. Specifically tomorrow night at 4:30 p.m. Eastern time for some Skull and Shackles, and on Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern time for a little bit of Call of Cthulhu in the Old West. And that's what I think I've got going on. And you can find me Saturdays here playing Chaos Crew every Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Abby.
Oh, hi. So I don't know why I started talking in a weird accent.
Don't
My
know.
next game is Waterdeep tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
The fuck are we doing in that game?
God only knows.
It's Kevin's Wild Ride.
Who knows?
We might be level 20 now. We should
Oh
ask
yeah,
him
we're
about it.
time skipping, I think,
We should
right?
ask him about it.
No, I thought we haven't talked to whatever. I don't think we talked to Xanathar yet. No, not Xanathar. The other one.
Manchu.
Manchun. The Manchun
Gesundheit.
that doesn't hate us. Anyway,
Which one is that? Because we've gotten a lot of Manchuns to hate us.
I don't know. There's Trollshun. I think this might be Leftshun, who we haven't technically met. Yeah, there are a lot of Manchun clones. We've met most of them and pissed most of them off. Anyway,
We haven't met the vampire one, but I think he's dead. That's why we haven't met him.
What's up with Tank
No,
Shun?
he's. Oh, he's
in the
probably
tank.
also pissed at us.
Stuck in
He's-
Blackstaff Tower.
Yeah, he's in Blackstaff Tower. Anyway. Yeah, we'll have to fill you in after this, Jeanette, on where all those came from. Next week there is a vaccine retroverse game next Friday.
Mm-hmm.
They're on the moon. They're hopefully gonna find the lunar night very soon. Last week left off on a bit of a cliffhanger as we have two players unconscious, or two PCs unconscious, one of which they don't have eyes on at the moment. So we'll see how that goes. And in other news, I posted some stuff on DM's Guild. You may have noticed the interesting Staff of the Unicorn that is in Crook and Wands, now available on DM's Guild. It is a magic item supplement with 40 magic staves, rods, and wands, and various different things for any number of characters. It's not just limited to spellcasters. So go check them out.
I bought it. It's super cool.
Mm-hmm.
I now have enough to buy a pizza with it, which I'll probably just spend on more RPGs because I have a problem.
Because that's what a cat does.
Mm-hmm.
Do either Sekald or Axel have any plugs?
I am gonna go ahead and plug the Dark Matter game that I've got going on. I'm gonna be putting the episodes up on YouTube shortly, but we play on Thursday nights. We don't stream live, but our characters just reached level 3 last session.
I look forward to
And-
watching that. That would be cool.
Yeah,
It's
just
fun to play.
yeah. So we finally got into the expository part of the story, and now they've got their big quest to go save time from being collapsed in on itself.
Wow.
No, one of them's still only after her ship.
Yeah, well, she's a bit of a loner. Saege is in that campaign as a player, and his character is a very singular individual who does not play well with others.
It sounds like Pathfinder. I think Pathfinder had time dragons.
This is just I'm not. Gonna
I mean, like
spoil it,
that level of like stuff. you're
Oh
dealing
yeah,
with.
this quest is gonna like have a lot of those big world-ending but galaxy-ending kind of ideas in it. It's tropey as fuck. There's a lot of references. So,
Nice.
Oh yeah, especially with my character alone, much less everything else they've thrown in there.
but we did lose the shopping episode to a recording fault.
Oh no.
Yeah, the fault was you didn't hit record.
Yeah, it was. But honestly, like not much was missed. I'll be honest. Except I think we did miss the introduction of Snickle Socks as a character.
Oh.
Yeah, he was in the shop. Or
Yes.
was it? Yeah,
Snickle Socks is Nickel Socks and used item emporium.
and it was adorable, despite the fact that my character didn't even open the door.
No. Anyway, that's all I've got for right now.
Cool.
The only thing I would even have a reference to plug that's within my rights, because every other game is basically either you or somebody within this channel. I've just been doing some Duolingo. I've been learning a little bit of a different language for one of my characters in the Corruption campaign
Nice.
that we have opposite of the vaccine game that's coming up this next Friday, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
And it's actually really fun to learn a real world skill invested in a D&D character that I've created. So I keep wanting to plug it and not be embarrassed as hell about it, but I'm still embarrassed as hell about it. So I keep trying
No,
to plug
it's
it.
great.
No, it's good. Solid.
Good plugs. So, if you like the show and any other shows on here, the backlog is down below if you're watching on Twitch, and if you're watching on YouTube, just look for the playlists. The next game, as already mentioned on this channel, will be tomorrow morning at 10 p.m. or 10 a.m., not p.m. Jesus, Eastern Standard Time, as we continue Kevin's Wild Ride, and who knows what we will be doing in Waterdeep.
Oh,
So,
boy.
thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.